All right. Hey, good afternoon. This is Anthony with the Movie Blog. I'm joined by my co-host here, Nalia. How is everyone today?
We're doing good.
You.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Doing
Anthony. Hi.
great. Hello,
Hi,
Anthony.
Nalia. Hi.
Oh,
Hi, Nalia.
everyone looks radiant. I love skin glowing, hair looking amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So do you.
Yes.
Yeah, you too.
Nobody can tell me anything for the rest of this day now.
Love it.
Thank you guys so much for having us be a part of this. Thank you so much for giving us your time. Definitely want to say from what I've seen so far, I'm in love with this show.
Thank you.
It's everything I've asked for. More Black content, more original, authentic content with like good backstory. Like I just know that this is gonna do so well. So I definitely want to start off by asking, what is it that you hope that audiences, especially the young Black audience, what do you hope that they take away from the show?
Adesua.
Anyone can kick this off.
Let you guys go
First of all, I would like to say that the 12-year-old in me is completely geeked out. This is happening. It's been such a long time coming, and I'm so glad to be in this space at this time right now, taking up this space. When young Black people or young Black kids especially see this show, I hope that they see representation. Because like I've said many times, representation matters. It really does matter. I hope that they get a sense of self-pride and self-worth, and that they're able to sit into who they are fully, knowing that there's a space that's for them, and knowing that a show like this exists where they can see themselves. And I hope that it helps them have a deeper sense of pride about who they are. And I hope that they take up space in whatever sector that they find themselves in. I know it's a show, but it's more than just a show. It's, you know what I mean? It's more than just a show. It's authentic, it's real. It's a story that's for us, told by us, and we're sharing it with everybody. But at the core of it, I hope that the young Black people see themselves and have a sense of pride. And I hope that Iyanu starts off this wave where there's more spaces for Black content to be created, so that this isn't just like a unicorn, so that there's more shows like this that will come and take up space, and more Black people and more young Black children can see themselves represented. Sorry, that's my short answer, by the way.
I want to. I just want to add just a little to that. That when young kids see this show, especially Black kids, they see hope in their own abilities, what they can do and what they have to offer. They know that they're seen and they're heard, and not just in their circle, but globally. They know that it is possible to tell their own stories, and that our stories are important, they matter. And like she said, the authenticity, very important, because I always think about looking at shows that are global and wondering if my nieces and nephews back home in Nigeria, if they can look at those shows and see themselves in those shows. What are they learning from it? What are they doing with it? You know, is it teaching them anything, or is it just a form of entertainment and that's it? Wait for the next episode to show. But this show is different. And I also want them to know that it's an opportunity to have your whole family around you to see this together, because the family show is not just for kids. Because you ask yourself, when was the last time Black kids actually had their parents wanting to be interested enough to sit with them and actually see something that will speak to different generations and all of that, and they can identify with, you know? So for me, that's what Iyanu stands for. And I pray that there'll be a lot more like Iyanu. Yeah.
Yeah, and to kind of piggyback on Stella, what you said about families watching the show together, I feel like we live in a big kid generation right now, where people our age are into animation and toys and like, you know, so I feel like we're very lucky in that way. And a lot of kids will be watching it, I hope, with their families, with their parents, and really enjoying it. I think it's enjoyable on multiple levels. In terms of just the jokes that the kids will get, the jokes that the grown-ups will get, you know what I mean? That everybody will kind of be able to participate in together. But I also want Black kids to take away that, like, we are and I've said this before and I'll say it again, multidimensional, multifaceted. Like where, I grew up watching TV, cartoons, whatever, in the 80s, early 80s. And a lot of times when we saw ourselves on TV, we were presented in a really one-dimensional way,
Right.
And so what I love is that you have so many different characters who represent so many archetypes and perspectives. And a comedian once, I was on a panel one time with a comedian, and he was like, I want us to get to the point where we can have Black people who are good, Black people who are evil, Black people who are somewhere in between, because like humans, we represent the full spectrum.
Yeah.
So I would love for kids, just like, I think Adesua, you said this too, take pride in who we are, who they are, well, in seeing themselves on screen in this way as heroes. And as heroes, as heroes with complex feelings and emotions. And then I also want young people who want to create stuff to see this and go, I want to create something too.
Love that. Go ahead, Sarah. Go ahead. I see it on.
It's like they're saying the thoughts on my mind. They're like it's just so apt what they're saying. And I have a niece. She's 2, and every time I get on the call, my sister is like, "Look, it's Iyanu," and she's like, "Iyanu." She's just learning to put her words together, so she's like, "Iyanu, Auntie Sarah's Iyanu."
That's so important.
And I can't tell you, beyond it just being my niece, I think of every other Black kid out there that gets to have that experience of seeing Iyanu and really enjoying it. And it's super important. Just like they said, representation is so important. It's going to teach you what you're truly capable of. It's something that parents get to watch with their kids. It's like family time around the TV, which is not like, it's not, I don't know if it's as common as it used to be before, but I think more of that. There's never too much of that. Something that families just get to sit around and watch and talk about, and just genuinely enjoy that experience. And yeah, just like I said, like, I think it's really important, and I'm so glad that this is happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope Black kids see it and take up space. Take up as much.
Yes, absolutely.
Take up space. You are capable of anything, and I hope they get that sense when they watch Iyanu.
Thank you
Absolutely.
so much. I appreciate everything. I appreciate your time, and those answers are perfect. They're exactly what we need. We need to take up space. We need more representation and not be afraid of taking up space that we deserve. And thank you.
Thank you all so much.
Thank
I
you.
can't wait to do this again with you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.